Welcome back, cheesy minions. We have another battle here, and this against first-time challenger mistermean718 from my Twitch live stream. And yeah, he challenged me to an OU match, which can be fun, I suppose. And we are still waiting for the first battle of the NGDL. I have that scheduled for Wednesday, although you guys might not see it until Thursday, depending on if I have time to narrate it afterwards or not. But yeah, obviously we have battle to post. Despite that, and like I said, an OU match, and here it is, and he is bringing in Meltan, so yeah, don't see that every day in a OU match, but some people are pretty cool, I guess. Alright, so let's see what he leads with. He's gonna go ahead and lead with his Ferrothorn, and that can obviously be pretty annoying. I'm gonna go ahead and lead with my Breloom now. I think he is going to switch. I probably could have Spored on the switch. I don't think he wants to stay in, but I decided to actually double switch into my Garchomp because I guess I was predicting something other than this Mimikyu. But yeah, I did switch predicting his switch, because I don't think he would want to stay in against my Breloom with a stab fighting move, although I actually only have Mach Punch as far as fighting moves go, which are probably not enough to kill the Ferrothorn. And he's switch. He's going to go ahead and just pop his Z move off right off the bat, and he has Ghostium Z, so here comes the never-ending Nightmare. Now, I am bulky Garchomp, and I just want to set up Stealth Rocks. So that's what I'm going to do. I kind of risked it here. It's actually kind of really risky, because he could have set up on this turn, and that would have been really bad, because he still has his, his disguise up. So, yeah, set up my Stealth Rocks, and it doesn't, like I said, it doesn't do that much, the Never-Ending Nightmare, because he didn't even have +2. But now he is going to get +2, and I'm just going to go for the Earthquake to break his disguise. And I decided to stay in here and try to attack him. He's probably just going to kill me. So, in hindsight, probably a kind of a bad play to attack off my Garchomp, because I could have had a use for it later, because he does have the Tapu Koko. But, at the very least, it's going to do some pretty okay damage to him from the, rough skin and the Rocky Helmet. So he's getting down to 75%. I'm going to go with my own Mimikyu, because I know it's a safe play. I don't want to risk setting up, because, the speed tie. But I know that a Shadow Claw should be able to take this guy out because it's super effective, and I just do that. He does go for that Shadow Sneak to get my disguise down, so that's going to keep me from being able to set up easily, but oh well. Anyway, in comes his Ferrothorn again, and I don't really have much to do to him unless I can get some Swords Dances up, so I'm just going to go to my Blazefalon here as he goes for a Gyro Ball, which unfortunately, even though I do have the resistance, yeah, that's how slow Ferrothorn is, and how fast Blazefalon is, how frail Blazefalon is. Blazefalon is a Pokemon that relies heavily on his two immensely powerful stabs. Unfortunately, it does have some nice resistance for it. I'm actually predicting the Meltan here, because Meltan obviously has the immunity to Ghost, and Thick Fat for the Fire Blast, so I go for the Trick, and I end up tricking this incoming Greninja, which I could have actually done pretty decent damage with, like a Shadow Ball, because Greninja's not that bulky. But oh well. I give this thing a Choice Scarf, and yeah, he's just going to be able to Dark Pulse me as I go into my Rotom Wash. So he is the Dark type now. He could go for the Dark Pulse again. He's going to go into his wife here, Meltan, so I don't know about marrying a cow, but that's... I'm not going to, hate on life decisions, yo. I go for a Pain Split in case he does go for a Dark Pulse. I can get all of my life back, but I end up getting most of my life back anyway from this Meltan, who has a lot of HP, so that's not bad. Yeah, so he's just going to Stealth Rock, so I was predicting that Ferrothorn to have be a Stealth Rocker, but it ends up being this Meltan. I just go for the Will-O-Wisp. I don't know what the set is yet. I figure it'll be decent no matter what, unless it's a Cleric, which it might actually be, seeing the Stealth Rocks. But he has to have, like, at least one attacking move, and then he's going to have a healing move, so the Stealth Rocks actually limits this thing's moveset quite a bit. It's going to be utility, though. But now it's burned, which I guess is residual damage, at least, and he does have the Toxic. So we've seen the Toxic, we've seen, he almost certainly has Milk Drink. I don't think any Meltan would not run that. And he has the Stealth Rock, so his last move is probably Body Slam or something, I'm thinking at this point. So, anyway, in goes my Mimikyu, because the worst he can do is Toxic me, and if I can get, like, +4, I can do a little bit of a mini sweep here. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I go for that Swords Dance, and even though he does have probably Scrappy, which can hit me with, like, a Body Slam, no, he's just going to go for the Milk Drink because he thinks I was going to attack him. Or, well, actually, that works out too because he gets back to full HP. And I'm like, I do have the Mimikyu Z, and I know it's not quite as good as the Ghostium Z just because of meta reasons, but Let's Snuggle Forever is probably the best Z move ever. I don't even care what you say. Okay, no, it's not. Pulverizing Pancake is. But it's the second best Z move ever. And now he is going to go ahead and wise up and go for the Toxic. I do have +4. And I'm like, okay, this is more than enough. I'm going to go ahead and pop off my Z move. The worst thing he could probably do is switch out into his Ferrothorn, which has the resistance to Let's Snuggle Forever being a fairy move. But I'm at +4. Unfortunately, he does do that. So I was like, oh, man. This thing has resistance. It's always really bulky. We'll see how much it does. I'm actually kind of curious to see how much it does at +4. I mean, obviously, it's a super powerful Z move, like all, Z moves. But yeah, it's at +4. So hopefully, with the resistance, I can still do some great snuggle damage here. I just love this animation. It's hiding in the woods. Oh no! Oh snap! Yeah! Rah! And yeah, it's one of the creepiest things I think I've ever seen in Pokemon, to be honest. It's wonderful. And it just one-shot the freaking Ferrothorn! I did not expect that. I don't even care how much, attack plus attack I have. Being able to one-shot that Ferrothorn, which has the resistance, is fantastic. Anyway, in comes the Tapu Koko, which I thought was a little weird. I'm kind of expecting maybe a double switch here in a Miltank, and he does double switch. I'm like, oh man. Because I have to Shadow Sneak this thing, but he ends up going into Greninja, which is weird. Because Greninja could have taken the Shadow Sneak anyway, and he wouldn't have had to take the Stealth Rock damage on the Tapu Koko. Plus, if he was going to, like, bait a Ghost move, I mean, wouldn't he go into Miltank then? Unless he was afraid I was going to predict it and go for, like, a... Because he's, obviously, Miltank is immune to Ghost. Unless he thought I was predicted and go for the, play rough, but, I mean, let's be real here. I mean, I don't know. Because if I went for the play rough against the Greninja, it just dies. And now I am going to go for the play rough, and I'm going to nearly take down this Miltank. So, this is my last turn on the field, though. That sucks. So I'm going to die this turn. But still, he could have definitely played that better. I think he was, I don't know. I think he was just kind of derped for a minute there. And let me KO his Greninja basically for free. But, anyway, I'm just going to go to my Breloom now against this guy, and, yeah, I only have Mach Punch as far as fighting moves go, so I'm just going to go for it. I hope to take it out. I do not. And he's going to be able to Milk Drink again, and it looks like I'm not even doing half, unfortunately. And I can't put this thing to sleep, even though it's probably not Sap Sipper. I'm guessing it's Thick Fat. In fact, he pretty much confirmed it was Thick Fat at this point. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch out, and I go out into my Mawile, my Mega Mawile. It's actually a Mega I don't really use that much, even though it's nice, because the base form has Intimidate. And it gets really, really powerful when it Mega Evolves. But anyway, yeah, Milk Drink again to full HP. And I'd hope that this thing can do at least half. I mean, I could also start setting up Swords Dances if I wanted to. But no, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and Mega Evolve now. And I want to see how much I'm going to be able to do with a Play Rough. So I just go for it. And it ends up doing more than the Mach Punch from the Breloom. He's just going to go for the Body Slam. So now we know his entire set. And, yeah, that does not get the Paralysis, thankfully, and I got the attack drop, so now its Body Slams are even going to be doing less. But anyway, yeah, that does more than half, which is fantastic. And here he is going to just Milk Drink, I guess trying to stall, but, I mean, I guess he could be thinking Play Rough misses, because that move can miss. It's a 95% accuracy, I think. Fairly safe, but it always misses at the most inopportune times for me. But now he's saying that's going to do more. So I believe he does try to just go for the Body Slam to, sack off his tank. I end up missing this Play Rough. So there's the miss he needed. I probably should have set out like a Swords Dance here, but honestly, I'm kind of afraid of his Tapu Koko, because if it specs Koko, I pretty much lose at this point, because I have nothing really to take it, especially since I tricked my Choice Scarf from my Blazeful. So let's go ahead and murder this cow, and we're going to see what this Tapu Koko set is. I decide to sack off my Breloom here, because I don't really need Breloom anymore. Looking back on it, I might have just wanted to keep it around just for the priority Mach Punch, although Mach Punch is resisted by Tapu Koko. But anyway, in comes my Breloom, and he just goes for a Thunderbolt, and it ends up taking out my Breloom, which Breloom's not that bulky, and yeah, it sucks. And here I make a mistake. I go to my Blazeful, and I completely derped, because at this point in the battle, I actually forgot I had tricked my Choice Scarf. So I was like, oh wait, you're faster because I got rid of my Choice Scarf. So I just lose Blazeful for nothing, and things are not looking good right now. I have to hope that Rotom, at full health, can take a hit from this thing. and maybe take it out with a Hydro Pump, although I kind of doubt it. This is my bulky Rotom, and it does not. So this is Choice Specs Tapu Koko, and that is the game, because in the electric terrain, ain't nothing gonna live that. And yeah, he's gonna get the late game sweep here with Tapu Koko. Looking back on it, I just go for that Sucker Punch there. So I did have another priority move, even though it got paralyzed. So maybe the Sucker Punch and the Mach Punch? No, probably not. Honestly, I think losing Garchomp was a big mistake early, and sacking off Garchomp early was a big mistake, and actually tricking away my Scarf kind of hurt. Although, in my defense, Blacephalon kind of was crap against that Miltank switch. That's what I was thinking. Anyway, I realized I never actually made a question of the day regarding this Pokemon, Melmetal. We talked about its pre-evolution when it first was revealed, the new mythical Pokemon that was revealed in Pokemon Go. But this is the evolved form, so it's a mythical Pokemon that evolves. And presumably, this is going to be the one that will, in Gen 8, be the competitively viable of the two. I'm still kind of holding out that Meltan is a base 600er, so we can like use it with Eviolite potentially in OU, and this thing is like Uber stats. But who knows? Chances are, I mean, I don't know. Actually, this thing does kind of look like it might have Uber stats to me. So maybe this will just be an Uber, and we can use Meltan in OU, and with Eviolite, which might actually make it Uber. Who knows? But yeah, let me know what you think. I actually kind of like the design. In fact, I like the design of this guy more than Meltan itself. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Regigigas with its Kling Clang merged in. But I kind of liked both of those designs, so this totally works for me. In fact, I do really like this. I'm actually kind of hoping maybe it is OU. Maybe this is the base 600er, and Meltan will just be trash. Who knows? But leave a comment about what your thoughts are about Melmetal. And I know that it was, I'm about like 2 weeks late on this, but I was asking other questions of the days and I completely forgot about this. So yeah, leave a comment about that and see you guys again next time. Later!